I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 205 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your host, Kam.
I'm your host, Flowz.
And guys, you know the drill by now. Please head over to our Twitter and Instagram pages, which is SZN Podcast or SZN Pod. Link in the bio, both of those pages there will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So please make sure you do that for us, guys. Like, subscribe, give us a retweet, all that good stuff. Yeah, Flowz, how are you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good, perfect, good, thanks. Let's this week, Flowz. We briefly discussed the end of last episode about, the Heaney versus Paul's 2 fight. I think, let's dedicate this breakdown to them really, Flowz, because their first fight was a cracker, absolute cracker, a real back and forth slog. This second fight, Flowz, not so much of a back and forth slog. However, I still thoroughly enjoyed this fight, Flowz. I thoroughly enjoyed this rematch still. It was a great fight still.
Yeah.
I really want to big up Brad Pauls, man. I really want to big him up because if you remember, Flowz, I'm pretty sure that Nathan Heaney, even in the first fight, was the favorite, right? He was a rated champion. And he started that first fight, Flowz, on fire. He started like a train where he was just boxing and looking like the class apart before Brad Pauls just dug deep and brought it back and almost won it. So, Flowz, when we have this rematch here now, I'm thinking to myself, is Heaney going to fight the same way? Is Pauls going to fight the same way? I'm pretty sure Pauls was going to fight the same way, to be honest. So to me, it was more in Heaney in terms of what he decides to do, being sort of the taller, longer fighter, Flowz. But from the jump, man, I think Pauls just had that look in his eye. Flowz, he had that look in his eye from the first bell. And even though I said this, Flowz, this wasn't as back and forth, Nathan Heaney still had his moments where he troubled Brad Pauls and actually hurt him even. But Brad Pauls was just not Flowz. He was just not to be denied. That's the be all and end all, really, Flowz. Brad Pauls was just not to be denied, and he stuck it on Heaney up close, which, again, Heaney, given the size and reach he has, I was surprised that he still allowed himself to be touched up close like that and fight up close. But when you got someone as relentless as Brad Pauls was, maybe it's difficult, Flowz. Maybe it's difficult. And Brad Pauls was definitely relentless, Flowz, and he really was on him from the start to the finish. And in the end, it paid. I mean, he dropped him in the fourth round, I remember, from the pressure. And he got stronger and stronger from them, Flowz. And you're seeing Heaney start to wilt a bit more. I think towards maybe 8th round or whatever, he had a little of a second wind. But yeah, man, Flowz, this was a lot more conclusive, as we saw from the stoppage in the end in the 12th round. But I still want to give hats off to Nathan Heaney, Flowz, because he was a great dance partner again. It's just Brad Pauls just wanted it more, Flowz, and he deserved it. Fully deserved it. When you're throwing, Flowz, when you're throwing 6 overhands in a row, spamming the overhand, and it's like, that's what I said, give it to this guy, man. That's what he was doing towards the end, Flowz. He was spamming that one shot.
He needed it. He knew what was coming. Look, I thought Heaney started off well, this fight. I think like the first 2-3 rounds, he was jabbing, moving. He changed in a sense from the first fight where he wasn't trying to engage in Paul's type of fight. I think he tried to avoid it a bit more this time around. So first 3 rounds, he's boxing and moving, but he was being silly at points as well. You see him shaking his head and sticking out his tongue and going at him a bit, entertaining. The first fight, he was entertaining as well. But I'm watching him thinking, look, you spent 12 rounds with Pauls. So you should know better than that. Because he's coming for you. He's coming for you. So yeah, Heaney was doing well first 3 rounds, I thought. But even in those first 3 rounds, once again, the commentary was annoying me. I want to get right onto the commentary because they were refusing to credit Pauls with anything. And when you're being that biased in commentary, you're not painting an accurate picture of the fight.
Yeah, so it's true.
Fourth round comes along and Pauls is actually winning that round. He's getting closer to him. He's touching him up.
Yep.
And they're still not crediting him. Then to them, almost out of nowhere.
It wasn't out of nowhere, but yeah.
It wasn't, but to them,
yeah.
If you're just listening to the commentary, out of nowhere, Pause has dropped Heaney. And you're thinking, oh, what's going on? But Pause is getting close. Pause is touching him, landing shots, and he's dropped him in the fourth round.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, you see, now you're going to have to... And immediately they started switching up the commentary to start giving Pause a bit more credit. And look, Heaney, once again, resilience was through the roof because that was a pretty big knockdown. And he came back, he survived the round because he looks like he was going to be in big danger. Done okay in the fifth, but Pause really was throwing everything at him. And I'm looking at Pause in the corner at certain points and he's breathing deep. But I think this time he was thinking, I have to get this dude out of here.
Yeah.
I have to, because he's probably watched the last fight back, heard the commentary, saw the judges' scorecards, saw how the fight went. I thought, what the hell?
Yeah.
I nearly got this guy out of here on 2 occasions, because I think the 11th round, he put Heaney through hell in that last fight, the 11th round, and maybe...
It was 11th round, yeah.
And maybe one other round.
And a bit of a 12th as well. Yeah, definitely 11th anyways, but yeah.
Yeah. So you think, I can definitely hurt this guy and get him out of here. And I think that's what he came to do. I think that was his intention, that I'm not leaving here with judges' scorecards.
Yeah.
He's got to go. And
Flowz. I simply saw a guy that wanted it more. Fueled on by that first fight, how close he pushed him, how close he was to winning. You know, like I said, he had that looking knife from the first jump, and I saw Heaney fade and crumble under that sort of relentless pressure and grit and determination that Brad Pause was coming with. And yeah, on any night, that's going to be tough to deal with. And definitely credit Heaney for his resilience, because there were times in there, Flowz, where I'm there thinking, ref could stop this potentially, or he's gone here. You see him, he's just grabbing him and just leaning on him, kind of like he's out on his feet, bro. And then also credit Brad Pause, because it's like that kind of output, Flowz, can't be easy. As you mentioned, you see him by his corner, breathing heavy like a dog. He's literally he's on fumes. And he's basically throwing just based off the fact that I need this, I want this more. I have something to prove here. So massive credit to Brad Pause. I came out there thinking this Brad Pause guy is a warrior. He is a flipping warrior to do that. Unfancied. You can say that obviously he's got the size and reach advantages, looks to be a bit stylistically more technical boxer. But sometimes, Flowz, that great determination and just that doggedness will drag you through these kind of fights. And that 12th round, Flowz, where he's just spamming the overhand. There isn't much steam on his punches, to be honest, but he's just throwing it just off pure grit, Flowz, and Heaney can't really respond to it. It's mad. And, Flowz, obviously, Heaney gets knocked down in the 12th round now, Flowz. I don't think he can finish. It wasn't, obviously, I know he's shattered, but I didn't think he was so heavily hurt. Well, I'm thinking he'll beat the count, right? And it didn't look like Flowz. I feel like he just beat the fight out of him. I feel like Brad Pause completely beat the fight out of Nathan Heaney, Flowz. Because he didn't get up in the end. He didn't really answer it. He got up at like 10. And that's when the referee waved it off. But yeah, man, I feel like he could have beat that count, to be honest, Flowz. But he had nothing left to give. Brad Pause, the war of attrition was won by Pause. That's it.
He didn't want to get up. I think he shook his head, in fact. And yeah, some will say he quit. That's fair to say. I have no issues with people saying that term.
Facts.
But it's fine to quit sometimes. It's fine. He didn't want to get up. It's a shame that was the 12th round. And you know what? It's even a bigger shame because the ref done him dirty. The ref should have stopped it. I'll be so real. The ref was giving Heaney every chance in hell.
The favorite. We know the favorite.
He wasn't throwing, and he was just taking a beating.
I thought he could have been stopped. I mean, I'm shocked that there were times where he was hanging on. He wasn't even throw, like he was just hanging on him like a rag doll. It was peak.
I'm looking at the ref, like, ref, stop this. Even when he went down, I thought the ref should. I think even the commentary at that point was like, I don't really know why the ref was counted. It should have been stopped.
Yeah.
And the ref was counting, and it kind of I always say this: the ref and the corner there to save fighters and do them a favor. And none of them done him a favor. Granted, it was the 12th round. And look, even when you deep it, apparently he was up on the one of the scorecards.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's very crazy. But yeah, the ref should have stopped that, man. I don't know what he was doing, but favor, like you say.
Yeah. Do you obviously we've seen these Warriors fight twice now, Flowz, and like I said, this fight probably wasn't as enjoyable as the first, but still highly enjoyable in my eyes. I still really enjoyed this scrap. Would you want to see a third fight between them, Flowz, a rubber match, or given that Brad Pauls has gone up and one's been a draw, are you happy for Pauls to sort of move on now and take on other challenges?
Yeah, I think Brad Pauls just has Heaney's number, man. I'll be real. Won me some money. Shout at him on that one. But I think he can move on to bigger and better. He was the underdog. He wasn't the one people backed. This is his chance to move on. So Heaney will come again. But yeah, I think Brad Pauls has his number, man.
Fair. That's fair. That's all she wrote, man. Nah, big ups to both Nathan Heaney and Brad Pauls for treating us again twice in 1 year. First fight was a bona fide classic. This fight was also very, very good. We ate good with these two, man. They fed us. They fed us well. Other fights that was worth. I mean, I don't know if it's worth mentioning, Flowz, but Jake Paul, obviously, he fought also on the same day. We called for Jake Paul to go back to his usual, his usual resume, right? Of beating up these MMA guys. I don't know who Mike Perry was. I actually had to ask you before we started recording. Do you know who this guy is? Because I didn't know. You said you didn't know him either. But apparently he's a UFC don. So that's what I got. That's what I got here. Or I saw MMA. All I need is UFC or MMA, and apparently he's bare knuckle champion as well. Whatever. But all I need to see was MMA. He's an ex-MMA fighter or current MMA fighter. And Jake Paul, I didn't even see the fight. I saw the knockdown. And then from what I can see, he stopped him in his 6th round. So yeah, Jake Paul, keep doing what you're doing. The game plan's obviously he went and fought a boxer, he lost to the boxer, but he's gone back to doing what he usually does. And beating up these MMA guys. That's all we need to see. There's people start there, Flowz. People telling me they still think that Jake Paul fights are rigged. And he's paying appointments to take a dive.
Okay.
Still, till this day, they still believe that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but he's lost now. He's lost, so he's not paid. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
But all these other wins and all these other stoppages and knockdowns, they say he's paying them to take a dive, and it's all rigged. It's still quite funny, but yeah, keep doing what you're doing, Jake. That's all I'll say with that. Flowz, let's move on to next week because there is a fight that is worth mentioning. A fight actually, Flowz, that's crept around. Like it's crept around. Like I've completely forgot this fight was even made. I'll be so real. Queensberry card. I think it's at the O2. Yes, it is at the O2 Arena. We have Joe Joyce versus Derek Chisora. Flowz. Like I said, this fight's crept around. I didn't really pay much attention to it, I'll be honest, but
yeah.
Thoughts on this fight, Flowz?
Yeah, Chisora keeps getting good fights because he's entertaining and whatnot. Joyce needs a comeback fight. It was back-to-back losses against Zhilei Zhang. Is it back-to-back?
Yes, back-to-back against Zhilei Zhang, yes.
And a bad stoppage. So this is a good fight for both guys. Should make money. Joyce should be able to bounce back with a comfy win.
Yep.
So yeah, it makes sense. It's a good comeback fight for both guys.
Oh no, he forgot he beat Cash Ali as well. The 10th round knockout.
Go by that one.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a comeback for that's a
that
comeback.
That was the comeback. Yeah.
He's lucky again.
Time,
he's got a nice...
he's got another easy touch, right?
Yeah, should be.
Simple Flowz to me. I can't lie, Flowz. If Joe Joyce doesn't beat Derek Chisora, he should retire. End of. I'll be so like I'm not even trying to be funny here. You can't be losing to Del Boy Chisora.
A rematch if he loses, or
nah? I ain't trusting no rematch. Del Boy's on his way out, man. In fact, Del Boy should have been retired about 5 fights ago. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah,
should have been retired.
We've said it on this pod.
As you said, Flowz, as you said, Flowz, he keeps getting these big fights because he's a crowd favorite, cult hero, entertaining guy in the build-up and in the ring. But really and truly, Del Boy should have been retired. And we know he's proud. So when we're saying, okay, you know, at least fight one of the young coming up, you know, young bucks, do that. But he was never going to do that. He's only going to chase the one thing about Del Boy. He gets to the big bags. To be fair, he's about his money. Yeah. So we know he's not going to fight these young bucks for small change. Joe Joyce, he's not a young buck, even though his career is fairly young, but he's been around for, you know, he's old. You know, he's a big name as well. So he presents something that is a substantial bag. So I'm not surprised this fight happened. But in Joyce's case, if you have any aspirations of continuing and challenging, because Joyce has actually never challenged for a title, has he? He hasn't.
No. He hasn't.
Think about it. No. He's never fought for a title. He just fought for interim. Zhang was interim title. So he beat Parker for the WO interim. Then he lost it against Zhang. And obviously, rematch, he didn't win. So if you have any aspirations, Flowz, of challenging for a title, Joe Joyce has probably got at least maybe one, maybe two title shots in him. Because we can't forget, Joe Joyce is 38. So he himself is no spring chicken.
He's got one.
In fact,
he's got one.
Well, I'm going to say two because, as you say, Flowz, you know how the heavyweight division is. You're always one win away, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely one in him, maybe two. You cannot lose to a Derek Chisora. Simple. So if you lose, I don't even want to see a rematch, Flowz. You can do it. I won't care. He should retire if he loses to Del Boy Chisora. Simple. And Chisora, I expect him to lose. I expect Joe Joyce to win this fight. I think it's time, man. I've been, like I said, Flowz, I've been saying it's time. 40 now, 47 fights, 13 losses. He's had a wonderful career, but I think now it's time, man. So yeah,
this should be. You've been saying that for.
Yeah, I think it's close. I know it won't be time. He will carry on after this.
Yep.
He'll probably carry on after this. He's a sicko.
He definitely will.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm expecting Joe, look, Chisora. Yeah, Joyce should be able to comfortably win this. I'll be so real. He's, the size, the power, it's all in his favor. Then again, I was gonna say, can Chisora hurt him? Back in the day, I might not have said no, but obviously, we know, as you said, Flowz, those granite chins that you like to rely on, it crumbles in the end. So Chisora probably can hurt him if he's able to do that. Spam the overhand right, maybe. But I think Joyce is too good of a operator in there for someone like Chisora, I feel like. So I think Joyce should win this comfortably. I'll be so real. But if Joyce struggles, he probably will. He might do.
He'll get quarter points. I'm sure that.
Yep.
But
for sure.
He should be steamrolling Chisora. He should be getting Chisora out of it.
Bro.
That's the truth of the matter.
Bro, come on, man.
He should be.
Yeah.
And I expect him to win.
Yeah.
I also expect Chisora to continue because
he will.
With Turkey in the mix now, with more bread in the mix,
he's
not great. He's not great anyway.
To be honest, I did say I'd like to see Chisora versus Ngannou. So I'm happy for that to happen.
You did say that?
Yeah, to be fair, I will allow that. I will allow that.
I can see him fighting several times. The Dylan White trilogy.
Oh, come on, dog. I ain't trying to see that, man.
Dave Allen.
Flowz, these are nasty fights. Flowz, these are nasty fights. Flowz, apart from the Ngannou one, which is intriguing for obvious agenda reasons. Dave Allen and Dylan, it's nasty fights, bro. Nasty. Brother,
Where there's bread, Chisora is there.
Yeah, it's true.
Chisora will always be there. If David Hayes decides to come out of retirement, Chisora will be right. Look, Chisora's always going to be there.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. So shout out him, man. I can't even say it's going to be a good fight. It could be, but I doubt it. I'm sure I'll laugh. I'm sure I'll get a good laugh from watching it. That's not even meant to be as an insult, but I'm sure there'll be something funny involved in the fight. I'm not really paying attention to the build up, but
yeah,
I'll check it out. I'll tune in.
Yeah, No, I'll tune into the fight, but like I said, it's not something that really, gets me excited, shall I say.
Yeah.
Undercard worth mentioning, Flowz. Okay, so we're both pulling for a Joe Joyce win here. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, Flowz. Undercard, we've got Dennis McCann's fighting Baluta for the vacant European Super Bantamweight Championship. Moses Itoma's on the card as well. It's not really the best card, to be honest, but yeah, it's what it is. Most of Frank's resources are currently locked into Riyadh season, so yeah, this is probably the best they could do at the moment. But yeah, Joe Joyce should win this comfortably, and if we don't, Flowz, I'm calling it on this pod. Retire if you lose to Chisora. Retire.
Damn.
Call it there.
Damn.
I ain't trying to see no rematch. I ain't trying to see nothing else. I'm not trying to. I've got no interest in it. If you lose to Derek Chisora in 2024, and you want to be a heavy, a contender, come on, dog. Nah.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's be serious here, man. Let's be serious.
Man.
Bro, heavyweight division. There's some trash in the heavyweight division we need to clean out. There's some guys that need to bounce. So yeah, let's get them out of the way.
Man. Damn.
It's a division lacking in quality overall. Let's be real. So let's get some guys out of here, man. Also worth mentioning, Flowz, before we round up, Clarissa Shields is also in action on Saturday. From what I can see, Flowz, she's going for another. So it looks like she's moving up to 175, Flowz. Light heavy. Oh wait, no. Heavy. I think 175 in the women's game is classed as heavyweight, I think, Flowz.
Okay.
So she's moved up to heavyweight to fight Vanessa Lepage-Jonis, Canadian boxer. It's the vacant WBO heavyweight title on the line, I think. So yeah, she's really championing like how many different weight classes? Like 4 different weight classes. So she's going for another one. And knowing the quote, she'll get it. So yeah, good luck to Clarissa. Another sort of, trophy added to the impressive collection already in terms of achievements. And that would be like, weight class number 4 or 5 for us, so which is insane. Absolutely insane. So yeah, shout out to the quote and good luck to her as well. But yeah, that's it really. Yeah, I think we can call it a day, event, Flowz. This has been episode 205 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.